Hi, young people. Yeah, I'm kind of a little on the fence on this one. I still think the stop was unlawful. Well, let me rephrase that. I think the stop was unnecessary. I think it's going to be deemed lawful because they're going to say the cop was out there doing his job. He was polite. He took necessary steps. He kept the detention down to a minimum. If this went to the Supreme Court, I think the Supreme Court would rule the cops. I think it's sad they would rule the cops. I think the big point here is the guy never should have been stopped. And a gun makes you the enemy unless you're a cop with a badge. And that's the problem you get when you get a police state. But overall, this guy did a pretty good job of handling it, and the cop did a pretty good job. Although the cop was wrong for stopping him, let me make that clear. But not too shabby.
What's that?
Cover that up.
Cover that up?
Yeah, cover it up.
Not legally obligated to do that.
Get your ID.
That's a government ID.
State ID.
That's a military ID.
Mr. Cop, he doesn't have to give you a state ID. Any government ID is identifying. As a matter of fact, I think he can verbally ID. Maybe some states require a physical ID. I'm not sure we're that much of a police state to where we're required to show our papers yet, but who knows?
Do you have a driver's license?
I do have a driver's license.
Can I see your driver's license?
What is the need for my driver's license, sir?
You're operating a vehicle, correct?
Okay. I'm actually not currently operating a vehicle, but I'll comply.
Okay. He's kind of right. If you get out of a car, a cop can ask you for a driver's license. Every state, if you get out of a car, you got to produce a driver's license if you're driving a car. I'm sorry, it's a police state. That's the way it is. Those are the rules. You can call me a bootleg jackhammer, whatever, but I'm telling you, if a cop says you're driving a car, you need to show me your license. You need to show a license. And I know I'm going to have somebody here talking about sovereign citizens. You don't have a right, and you're not commerce, and all these other facts. The fact is, if you don't show me a license and you're unlicensed, most states you can get your car towed, and then you can argue it out in court. But I'm telling you, if you get out of a car, you can't say, I'm not driving, I don't need to show your license. If a cop sees you either about to drive or have driving, and this all stems from DUI, expanding the law for DUI to make it easier to catch DUI because mothers who are angry at anybody organization wants to have more laws because it makes the mothers feel safe, because that's what women do, is they want to pass laws to feel safe. So that's why DUI has expanded, checkpoints, driver's license, all this crap. I can search a car. I can smell alcohol. I can pull you out of a car. I can search. Cars have become almost rolling PC for government to intervene into your life. I don't like it, but it is. That's the law right now.
All right. I'm going to relieve you of this for the time being.
Am I being detained, sir? Yes. I don't consent to any seizures of my property. Please do not shoot me.
Okay, the guy got the point across. Am I detained? He didn't get an answer. It doesn't matter what his answer is. He got it out on tape, and he said, I don't consent. Doesn't matter. Most states are going to rule with a cop that when they're dealing with somebody in violation of the law, freaking Facebook jumping around, if they're dealing with you, they can disarm you for their safety. I don't like it. Officer safety has become the new trigger word, kind of like national security. If federal government gets to use national security, they can do anything. They can trample all over the Constitution for if they say national security. Nothing matters. So in order to keep you safe, national security, and now the new catchphrase is officer safety. Officer safety, they can do anything. Pretty much hang you up by your heels on a street light if it makes the officer feel safe. I mean, the police have made the citizens the enemy, and they have become the enemy. And it's through their own doing. It's not because of mean people like me. It's not because of people hating on cops. No, they have earned the hate that they have got. And this cop relieving him of his gun is a power play because you're questioning me. I'm gonna detain you.
Thank you.
Notice how he lasered everybody across the street and the other cars. Look at this freaking Facebook jumping around. Ah, I hate these freaking pop-ups.
Fire until I run your license.
Yes, sir. So I am being detained?
He took your gun. I'm pretty sure any court would rule that if an officer takes your gun, you're not free to go. You're detained.
Can I know?
Temporarily, yes.
Can I know why I'm being detained?
I want to run your permit to make sure your permit's up.
I just showed you my permit.
I want to run a check on your permit.
Now, each state has put different little laws into effect on how you can deal with concealed carry. Do they have to check? Can they check? Can they disarm you? Can they require you to disarm? Can they, there's all these, everybody's like, oh, wow, we got a new state. The only states that I think are doing it right are the constitutional carry. I heard two conservative guys on talk show, WBAP here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and they're the morning show, and they're usually pretty good guys, but every once in a while, their liberal ignorance pops through. And they were all upset that Oklahoma, now you can carry a gun and you don't have to have any permit or any background or anything. You can just carry a gun openly or concealed without the government permission. And they were all upset about it. I don't understand why they wouldn't require training. I mean, you don't even know who's carrying a gun. You never know. They don't require training on criminals, you freaking idiots. The only states that are doing it right is a constitutional carry. Oklahoma just went constitutional carry. Texas got blocked by our freaking turncoat Republican and blocked Constitution. Constitutional carry is just like the Constitution. You got a right to be armed. And you can carry it concealed or you can carry it open. And the government ain't got no damn say in it. And that's constitutional carry, and every state ought to have it. And right now, I think there may be like 20 states that have it. But anyway, I digress. All these other states, including freaking Texas, is putting all these restrictions on, well, if you got a permit, you got to have it with you, and it's got to be concealed. And even if you have a permit, it can't be open in the car, but it's got to be concealed in the car. And then if it's got to be concealed, if it is open, it's got to be on your hip, and it's got to be attached to the belt. And if it's a leg drop, it has to be attached to the belt, and it can't be shoulder holster. And they have all these freaking rules, and then they throw in the little thing. Hey, you're lucky. At least we're letting you carry a gun. Screw that shit. Anyway, I went off. Sorry. Let's get back to this video.
Make sure it's valid and okay.
That's not actually how the law works, sir.
Just a tip to you auditors when you do this. It would be nice if you say the agency you're dealing with and the state you're in. That way people who wanted to do the research, in case they live in your state, can look up that agency and their policy and the law. Because those are the things that people don't want to look up. They want to watch a video and they want to complain, but they really don't want to learn the law so they can protect themselves. Or, like I'm doing, I'm trying to share the law and explain to you how important it is to know what the hell you're doing.
May I know what your reasonable articulate suspicion is for stopping me?
And that's your answer. I don't have to answer you. Freaking pesky citizens, you think you have the right to ask government questions. Well, there's your answer. I don't want to bump this up because you never say much.
Oh, why I've been stopped today? Okay.
So he asked the other cop who showed up on a bike, do you know why I'm being stopped? And he goes, no. I'm not sure that's true. Sometimes cops will back each other cops and says, just give me another unit. I've got a guy here. He's armed. I'm going to be checking him out. And that may be all he knows. So he could be telling the truth. He could be lying. Unfortunately, nowadays, default is government and cops are usually lying. You can't believe them. Freaking Facebook sucks.
Because it appears I've been stopped for lawfully carrying my firearm. And I asked what my articulate suspicion for stopping me today was, and I don't have it. No, I didn't know if maybe you knew anything over the radio or anything. Okay.
Far.
Is it Hudak?
Yes, it is, sir.
Put this in your front seat. Don't reload this until I leave.
Don't reload this till I leave. He said, please. There's no law that says your gun can't be loaded. Hey, guess what, dummy? It was loaded when you walked up on me. It was loaded when you pulled it out of my holster. Now, all of a sudden, there's a new law that you're just making up that I can't reload it till you leave? Total BS. This is the mindset of cops nowadays. Cops have the mentality that this is my world and you pesky tax-paying citizens are just visiting it. And when I'm around, all the rules change because I'm special, I'm important, I'm in charge, I have a gun and badge, I am the government, I'm here to protect and serve and shit out of you, and if you don't do what I tell you, I'll make you pay somehow by violating the Constitution or the law because I know I will not be held accountable. This is what I'm talking about. You know, cops are always talking about, well, man, I give a lot of warnings, I don't write. You know what? The fact that you give me a warning does not mean you're doing me a favor. If you pull me over for a charge that is so chicken shit that you don't even want to take or need to take the time to fucking write a ticket, then you shouldn't be pulling me over and detaining me and interfering with my free movement as a citizen. Your government intrusion should be limited to serious, violent, something that needs action. Not for you to get your jollies in between freaking eating your donuts and cleaning off the chocolate from your fingers. But anyway, I think the guy did a pretty good job, and I think the cop was pretty polite.
Please. Everything's valid. The reason I stopped you, with it being out exposed like that, you're required to carry a permit when you carry a weapon.
And I showed it to you.
And I'm required to run a check to make sure it's valid.
You're not required by law to run a check.
I need to make sure that it's okay. That's my job.
That's what
The reason why I suggested that you cover it is when you walk around and there's no badge next to the gun, people get nervous.
Oh, because they don't get nervous when a cop has a gun and a badge. I'm more nervous of a freaking cop with a badge than I am a freaking citizen. A citizen isn't going to come over and want to search me, ask me how's my day going, where I'm going, can I search you, do I have a permit? A citizen doesn't do that. I'm much more concerned with freaking cops coming over and having an itchy trigger finger and I suddenly drop my stuffed animal freaking keychain that looks like a dog and he pulls out his gun and shoots me in my freaking keychain. That's what I'm concerned about. But anyway, I digress. Trying to drink my coffee and relax, get my center, my zen. Police are good. Government's here to help me. All right, people. That's how it ends, I think.
We're going to get calls.
Did you receive a call today?
Not yet. We're going to get calls.
I come to this gas station just like this almost every day.
Like I said, people are going to call. They call.
So now we have cops predicting crime. Well, I need to contact you because people are going to call. You know, you look suspicious. Did you get a call? No. But I know people are going to call that you look suspicious. Are you kidding me? See, but there's no accountability for this officer. This officer will not get disciplined. This officer will not be charged with a crime. This officer will not be held accountable for his oath and violating the Constitution. That's where we've lost control of our government. That's why I think R2 is needed.
I've been at this 23 years. When they call, we got to show up and you got to go through this whole thing again.
So if they call, I got to go through all this. But because I'm such a great, outstanding law enforcement government here to help you, I'm going to do it before they call. Really? Does that make freaking sense to anybody?
Why I asked you to cover it up?
Never had to go through this process.
Well, I have before too, and that's carrying a badge next to my weapon. So
I haven't broken any laws.
Nope, you're good to go. Everything's valid. You're all set. I suggest, though, that you replace the ammo in that magazine because it's looking kind of old.
Now, see, I'll give the cop a little credit here. Dude, you're out here supporting the Second Amendment, talking about being a gun guy, carrying your gun out in the open and shit, and you're carrying around old-ass freaking tarnished ammo that you've had in there for freaking 20 years. Or you bought at some gun show that looks like it's been sitting in water for 3 weeks. So he's going to crack on his ammo. Man, that's kind of ammo racism and shit. Why's he got to crack on a guy's ammo? Because it looks old. Don't ammo have a right to get old? Anyway, cops kind of, I think, giving him a little dig there, trying to end on a positive note like he cares about him.
It is a little old.
Well, we want to replace that.
All right.
All right?
Thank you very much, sir.
Have a good day.
Okay. Both guys pretty polite. Nobody went overboard other than the cop who made the unlawful stop, unlawful detention, unlawful detaining him while he ran his thing, which he didn't need to do, and preempting because he knew he was going to get calls, he had to do all this. Man. You know, people think I'm hating on cops, man. I get cops coming here giving me shit. The older cops who get it, they don't. But, I mean, some of these cops come here and they're just so blinded by, I was a cop, how dare you talk about cops? We're all great and we should support the badge and we gotta help each other because everyone hates us and it's us against them. And I ain't into that blue line bullshit. It ain't us against them. The government is there to work and support the people, not to impede, harass, and tax the shit out of them. Get it straight before you put your blue line flag on your car protecting the blue or whatever. Anyway, all right, we'll end that there.